Okay, I'm ready to go.
Devil's Peak is as good as cleared. C3s never fail to deliver.
Let's go then. They've been standing here for 8 hours doing nothing. They really are the laziest merc group in all of Halcyon. Before we head for the station, I'm just wondering what's up here.
Dissident.
Turn into patrol.
Oh good, the mercs are here.
Play safe.
Waste of company ammo.
Hiram must have sealed the door. He's too lazy.
Not this one though.
You may not realize this, being as you're an outsider, but the blaring alarms indicate the station's on lockdown. Attack! They'll leave.
Can't? We'll see about that. Here's the elevator, but it ain't gonna budge while this place is on lockdown. Guess we keep moving forward. Look for another way up.
Did I get into his armory? Barb, the new environmental controls terminal is now installed and running upstairs. Congratulations. You messaged corporate about it, you get to manage it. Consider this your official notice to hide its access keycard deep in the bottom of a drawer somewhere, preferably within the archives or in one of the station's other popular sections. Because I sure as hell will not allow our station's efficiency scores to plummet due to a pointless safety feature. Don't even think about testing the system out. The emergency sirens will make your ears bleed, and if you accidentally trigger the fire suppression system, it can suck the air from the room faster than the station's last performance review. Val.
Out there, whoever you are, yes, I can see you. Come here and talk to me. Base to intercom. I can't tell if you're brave or simply touched in the head. What in the galaxy are you doing sniffing around my station? Unless you are, in fact, trying to suicide by Marauder? And you, Nyoka, what are you doing lugging a stranger into my station?
You could use the socialization, you son of a bitch. Also, she hired me.
To what purpose? I happen to have some significant problems I am dealing with right now. Marauders, running out of purple-berry wine 3 days ago, not being able to bloody broadcast.
I need to see the information broker about—
No. We'll deal with information-related business later. As I said, there are bigger problems threatening my life and livelihood at this very moment. The Marauders want me dead. And since my hired hands have clearly turned idle, it appears I need you to clear out the threat. As my newest contractor, you may call me the Broker.
Or we can call you Hiram, on account of that's your damn name, and doubly on the account of the Broker being a dumbass alternative.
I'm with Nyoka on this.
Everyone calls me that, aside from you.
Speaking of, I'm working with Bertold. C3's ready to fight.
Oh, now they'll take action. It's about time, I tell you. I'm up to my neck in Marauders in here, which, by the by, they were supposed to prevent. I barricaded the broadcast center, but I can only hold out for so long. Clear the Marauders out, and I'll pay you double the going rate. They destroy the transmission equipment, and I'll be out of business. The elevator and doors to the second floor are back online. Hurry before I have to lock them down again.
How many Marauders broke into the station?
Too many, considering I hired a bunch of no-good mercs to keep them out in the first place. Already, they've caused considerable damage to the station's property. If they take down the broadcast equipment, I'll be out of a job, permanently.
What's in it for me?
Aside from the bits I'll be paying you? You said you wanted something from me, something information-related. I'll give it to you, in person, once I'm safe.
Deal. I'll see what I can do.
Damn, some nimble fingers, Captain.
Hey, elevators to your right. Get ready. C3's entering through the main doors as we speak. About time.
Light 'em on fire, ladies and gents!
Stay ammo.
Company ammo. Serves you right, dissident.
Yeah, dissident.
company ammo.
Inclement weather warning, regional severe alert, next 72 hours chance of thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms including lightning strikes forecast across the mountain region. From V. Ramsey, Emergency Protocols. As I stated in my prior 4 messages, there is simply no cause for alarm. I swear to you, Hiram, the situation is under control. What do you call it? Near emergency, I would consider a non-event. Yes, a high-energy transmission was used for too lengthy a period of time. And yes, the generators cannot safely support that activity. Yes and yes, they could have been damaged under load. But the point remains, nothing happened. We caught the issue in time. The engineers involved were reprimanded. I swear on my mama's grave, it will not happen again. Now, please, cease contacting me for daily updates on the status of the generators. Thank you, Val. From I Am a Voyeur, Toilets. What in the black hole were you thinking, Val? At some point, space efficiency becomes the inverse to time efficiency, and one negates the other. What I mean is, how am I to do my morning business when the toilets are directly facing the open showers? You might like watching fellows scrub their jigglies while you take a steaming dump, but I don't. Sincerely, thanks for the peep show. Not really. That was sarcasm, Theodore. From V. Ramsey, Re-Toilets. On the contrary, Theo, not only is it a spatially efficient design, but it also encourages simultaneous users to hurry their business. Don't like, don't look, or speed it up and move on. After all, the faster you're back to your station, the happier we all will be. Warmest regards, Val. Postscript, you take too many bathroom breaks, and you know it. Atmospheric controls are online. Issue detected with the auto-mechanical controls. Alerting HQ. Environmental sensors status. All sensors currently indicate a standard level range regarding temperature and chemical composition through the station. I can deploy fire suppressant systems in main hall. Is there a fire? Do I want to do that? And auto-mechanical controls aren't working.
So much blood!
Oh, Donald Anderson died. What a shame. Bertold, well damn.
Nice one!
That's the most of them, I think.
Ah, Marauder free at last. I'll get the door. You'll hurry on in.
Never thought I'd be ecstatic at having the walls painted in blood, but seeing as it's not mine, I'd say this calls for a celebration. And you got me my money's worth out of the C3s. I ought to have simply dealt with you in the first place.
Well, of course, think nothing of it.
Oh no, my business is in trade, not owing others the burden of a favor. This ought to square our debt. One hefty payment for a highly valued service rendered. But I admit, I do wonder why Nyoka has brought you to me. Allow me to pose my question in another manner. Why, in the nebula, are you here?
You know why I'm here. Can we continue our conversation from the intercom now?
If you insist. As I was telling you before, I am the premier broker for all of Monarch. Phineas must have sent you. He's the only one insane enough to send someone to Monarch to rush me. I knew it was only a matter of time before he came a-knocking. Look, I might be late, but I fulfill my contracts, always.
Oh, you do you? I have lost track of the number of beers you owe me for chasing raptidons off your stoop.
Careful. I know that line. I use it all the time.
I take offense to that. Look, okay. It might take me a while this time.
Why is that?
I am awaiting but a single incoming transmission containing the information we desire. But MSI and the Iconoclasts are clogging the airwaves from Stellar Bay and Amber Heights. In their war against each other, they're scrambling each other's outgoing transmissions. Luckily, however, the Iconoclasts have now gone silent. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Maybe.
If you did, then you would have had my impressed gratitude. Still, we need to get MSI off the airwaves. I will leave the means to that particular end under your discretion.
How is this a problem? They're a tiny town and you're a massive radio tower. What kind of crappy radio tower is this?
The bandwidth! There's too much blasted background noise. Nothing gets through but their local broadcasts. Which of course has inadvertently affected the incoming port and my livelihood.
Can't we cut them off from inside the station?
No, they're jamming the limited frequencies we have at our disposal. Nothing extraplanetary can get in or out until the frequency pollution thins out. The safest bet is to convince Sanjar and MSI to stop transmitting on their end.
I'll talk some sense into them.
You do that, I'll be here, waiting on the receiving end. Luck be with you. I have a feeling you'll be needing a pinch of it, plus a vat of patience.
Wait a minute, we had a deal. I get rid of the Marauders, you give me the information I need. Are you not gonna give it to me until I do this for you? Dick. Nyoka needs a favor.
Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but this time it's important.
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you may have earned some goodwill during your months laboring for me.
She's your friend and she's in need. You're the only one who can help.
Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look, I'll do what I can, all right?
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract back when Monarch went to shit, and I need to find them. I believe them to be on Terra too.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes round one of their Spacer's Choice outposts. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Now scram. And, good luck.
So I mean, information broker. You broker information, I get it. But in your own words, what is that?
Is that a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
What can you tell me about Phineas?
Not much, admittedly.
You must know something about him.
Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history. As far as what's between us, I mean. Outside of that, well, that's a raptidon of another color.
I'm listening.
I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I do have a bit of a theory of why he might really be doing this, but I dunno. I want to ask you about something else.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Have you received any broadcasts from Earth?
What? No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
I'm curious about MSI and the Iconoclasts.
They are a curious lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know?
I'm curious about Graham Bryant's deep, dark secrets.
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him sweat-drenched and screaming. I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago.
What's the story between MSI and the Iconoclasts?
You mean between MSI, the Iconoclasts, and myself? I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership.
And there was nothing in it for you, huh?
Even then, I plied my trade as an information broker, albeit in a smaller capacity. Of course, I demanded an exchange for the data. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time.
Why did the partnership fall apart?
Competing ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray.
I feel a bit bad about this, but might you happen to have dirt on Sanjar? Just in case, you know.
Sanjar is not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
What do you mean?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1 once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night.
Are you saying Sanjar might have orchestrated the massacre to take charge of MSI and the planet? Huh. I want to ask you about something else.
Luckily for you, I am a veritable font of information.
Let's talk about the board.
There are so many members. Do specify.
Got any compromising information on the chairman?
If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status.
So the chairman demonizes Monarch rather than welcome it back into the fold.
Exactly. But you didn't hear so much as a whisper of such from me.
That's enough gossip for now.
How low you seemingly regard my trade.
I'll be going then. I'll see if I can get Stella Bay to stop broadcasting.
Be a doll and shoot any marauders you spot on the way down.
He's just letting me take all of this.
How'd you do that so fast?
I just hold E. Universal Defense Logistics would like to remind employees that it is in no way responsible for the highly unfortunate but realistically probable case of loss of life in its facilities. Authorized broadcaster, select recorded transmissions for a listing of all scheduled incoming and outgoing broadcasts. To go live, please ask your producer to initiate broadcasting. Do not begin broadcasting without the supervision of a senior producer. Thank you, Val. And now, a message from our sponsors. Tired of itchy acid burns? Try Auntie Cleo's artisanal Borst-scented moisturizing cream. Priority transmission log. The station's primary band is presently oversaturated with continual transmissions from sister settlements. Off-world signals are unable to be isolated for recording. Memorandum titled Clear Blue Skies, Mood Optimistic. Dare I say, the future is looking bright. Indeed, I can run a full gamut of operations without ever leaving the sanctuary of the broadcast room. Sanjar and Graham are living up to their promises and have not interfered with initial broadcasts. The deal is holding. And I believe I can make a life here. Sneaky, mood sneaky. Had a near miss the other day. Nearly ended up with the board on my trail. We will mark that trial firmly in the failure category. One must experiment, however, to ascertain the best methods. I have found, thus far, that the most reliable method for evading detection within the limited frequency of Monarch's off-world transmissions involves duplicating regular news broadcasts on several unused frequencies. My information-gathering associates know to filter out the sounds in the vocal range, in turn isolating the embedded data. And the board's authorities are none the wiser. Playing hazard has never been so thrilling, nor high stakes. Should have known, mood furious. Pox it all, those imbecilic children. In their hatred of each other, Sanjar and Graham have oversaturated my key bands. They'll take down each other all right, and me right alongside them. I should have never invited them to play. But what to do about it now? What to do indeed. Some of you survived, that's good.
Boss man got himself dead? Never thought I'd see the day. Now who's to call the shots?
Boss man snuffed it, huh? This mean my pending promotion's on ice?
See, I'd look at this as an opportunity for your pending promotion to be expedited. So my morbid curiosity and sense for adventure and exploration says we should go down the mountain the other way this time.
Perfection!
I'm warmed up now.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
I love this mountain. You can see so much from here. So many beasts would need killing. So many drinks would need drinking.
I've got to do more cardio.
Same girl. Now there was something near the bridge that Catherine wanted us to check out. A missing shipment or a deal gone bad. Something like that. Down there, maybe?
Down they go!
That sounds like a good time. I'd stake my reputation on this being an ambush.
Bunch of amateurs. Sublight should have seen this coming.
A trail of blood leads away from the autoloader. Strangely dressed marauder. So where is this blood trail exactly? Okay, it doesn't help that the soil here is red. In the cave. Oh. Oh, okay, there is a way in.
Nice work!
I'm finding loads of this outfit. I can hear you coughing, but you can't hear me shooting your traps. Oh, sorry, sprats.
Stay back. I may be wounded, but I'm still armed. How'd you get past my traps anyway?
You call those traps? I've seen nanopeels that were more dangerous.
Well, you don't gotta be mean about it. What are you doing out here anyway?
What's with all the traps?
Cave like this makes a handy place to store goods or hide out for a spell. And the traps usually keep gawkers out.
Ellie, can you help with his wounds?
I assume you mean patch him up, not make him bigger. Okay, hold still or this is gonna hurt.
That feels a mite better. Wish I had something to give you, but I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago.
I want to know what happened here.
Catherine had us making drops for some big-shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret.
Looks like that turned out well.
Yeah. I guess the Marauders noticed because they were waiting for us. Blew the bridge and took off with the goods.
Oh, Marauders took out the bridge. Where'd they go?
Last I saw, they were heading back up the hill. You'll see it on the right when you get out of here. If you got the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook, just as soon as I've caught my breath.
All right then.
Hell of a job.
I'll keep it down.
Yeah, don't wait on me. I'll head back to Fallbrook in a spell.
All right, well, don't blow yourself up on the way out. I probably missed a couple of traps.